아, 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 아. 아, 아이. 음에 접어라. A, B, C, D, A, C, A, C, B, C, E, F, G. 오 마이 갓. 응? 응. 아, 아파. 아니, I checked the news feed this morning, and I can't do anything. They either don't want Korean viewers to get, or Korean streamers to use Meebot or something. 그러게, maybe I should contact Meebot help. 알려봐. 했나? 아, 오늘 왜 이렇게 덥지? Today it's very hot. Here. Support server. They want me to go to their Discord channel for support. 아, 너무 싫다 이런 거. 와, 여기 되게 잘 해놨다. Oh, I have to complete few steps. It's like 70 something in New. Wow, already? Yeah. Also, I guess Meebot got big, so now they want me to pay for YouTube in general. Oh, wow. 너 엄청 좋은 날이구나. Hello, I have both display name and what name? Username. And now when Hi Mark. Chat is too hot? Ah. Yeah. Oh wait. This is why money sucks. When I go live on stream, it shows my display name, so the URL is in Korean. Which this means that the URL and that makes the URL invalid. Is there a way to show the username instead of the display name? Thanks. Morning! 으아! I have a really bad headache all of a sudden. 되게 잘 해놨다. They did a really good job. 와. 235,000 people are using it on Discord? That was right. Wow, Meebot support itself is 그거구나. They did a really good job of like showing. 이 사람도 누구야? It's so interesting to see random people using Meebot. 하고 있어. What's Dino? 미보 진짜 잘 꾸몄다. Oh, dude, someone gave me Oh, wait. 잠깐만. I have 뭐지? Oh, on Cherry's server, I think that's her name, Cherry? I think she gave me 아닌가? Yeah. On her server, I am some bot something something. 뭐지? 뭐지? I have bot master for her server. I have the authority to check her stuff. She gave me a me bot server. Oh. 신기하군. Oh, thanks for the follow. Sorry. Hi. No, I'm feeling fine. I don't know. It's like I got a good 12 hours sleep last night, but maybe I'm not fine. 이게 반전인가? Maybe I'm actually not fine. Maybe I pretend I'm okay, but I'm actually not okay. Funny. I have. Are they going to help me soon? 와, 이것도 신기하다. They have Meebot partners. Who are you? 되게 신기한데. Hi, Josh. With power comes great responsibility? I guess so. Oh, I'll feel better? I hope so. 되게 신기하다. 감탄하고 있어. I should stop looking at other people's Discord. Voice sounds a little off. Why? Where's the front? Here. Maybe this is better. I sound a little stuffy. I think that's how it was for the longest time. I don't know what to change, guys. I think I'm not using well of this. Oh yeah, the stuffiness? I don't know what to do. I wonder how many coders are here to watch me? Not that many. I lost a lot of coders. I sound stuffy? Oh, dude, that's been a while. I can't do anything about the stuffiness. Oh. Yesterday, I went to go out and I ate, like, meat? 어제 고기 구워 먹었거든요? 유선님 티어 구독 구독하지 마! 스트리머가 구독하고 있어. 한번 뵈야 되는데 또 언제 뵙지? 일을 하시니까 뭐 저녁 때밖에 못 뵙겠네요. Things are being so like delivered. 미스 코리아 룩은 뭐예요? You've been suffering with cold recently? I had meat last night. I had beer and soju, a bit of beer and soju. But what was ironic was we had 간장게장, which is raw crab, seasoned, 간장. 간장. Soy sauce, something. I guess you put the raw marinated. Oh my god, I couldn't think of the word marinated for the longest time. I was like, anyways, I had marinated raw crabs. Thank you. So we saw marinated raw crabs yesterday, and what's unfortunate was Mia is apparently allergic to like 갑각류, anything that has hard skin on it. So raw shellfish. So when he had it, not realizing, he ended up having like, I don't know, I guess things were showing up on his arm. So drunk me had to run down to the 어디냐? To the not hospital. Pharmacy. No, oysters, no. Yeah, no throat issue, luckily. I think but it was painful on his arm, so I just had to like run down and be like, can I get... It was funny because I don't know, I guess Korean pharmacists like to send people to the ER, and so I was like, can I get something for allergy reaction? And she's like, oh, like, are things like swollen up? And I'm like, yeah, but it was like worse because he said it was painful. Like his arms, if you were to touch his arm, it was painful. So I was like, it's also painful. And she's like, oh, you should go to the ER then. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's I don't know. He seems like fine. If he was like swollen, like if he had swollen throat and he was like about to like choke and die, I would have done that, but he seemed fine. I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I'll just take the med. So I had to go buy meds this late, like around 9, 10, 9, because I went to bed at 10 last night. So it was nice going to bed early. I haven't done that in a while, so I was like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna go to bed and sleep. Anyways, my brain's not working, so 오늘 뇌가 안 움직여 또. 이건 왜 이렇게 맛없대? Morning. Oh really? This is ready, huh? This is a special made tanager from Jeju. You know Jeju has like the special orange. I don't even know. See, they have all these weird names in Korea, and I don't know what to call them. Oh, mine's Korean one. Tangerine. Why was I thinking tanager? 뭐라는 거야, 난 또. You went to sleep at 7 p.m. last night? Why? So today, guys, is brain content. Oh, really? No, you're crazy. $2:30. Where's 2:30? Europe? Oh, that's what I did too. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I was like, I should work. And then I was like, 진짜, I don't want to work. I sighed really loudly and I was like, I'm not gonna work. So I ended up not working. Extended. 멍 때린다. I'm spacing out. Oh no. 진짜 어제, guys, yesterday I felt so sick. I couldn't even go to Vino Oppa's thingy-mobob because I don't know. I had an upset stomach last night again. So now I'm drinking all these like Byungwi, anything that's good for your stomach. If I do push-ups, I think I'm gonna have a head rush, which is bad. Hey Sparta. So I told Pino Oppa, I was like, I can't meet you, man. I'm dying. So I went to go. I got more meds yesterday, but it's just been so disgusting taking all these meds for my stomach. I don't think I'll ever be fine, guys. So I think I might just give up on trying to be healthy. And then yeah, I need a laying down thing. So if I don't read chat today, don't blame it on me. I don't know how you can not get worse though. I feel like that's a hard thing to do. Hi, Mr. Popsicle. Hi, Carl. Yeah. Cause I met with Mia's family. Cause I think they think that I felt lonely. Cause my mom went back to the US. So they were like, oh, like, have dinner with us. I'm like, okay. They had beer and soju. I was like, okay. Not a good idea. Wow. And like, unless I'm like taking like real hardcore med, like where you're not really supposed to take any medicine, like any alcohol, I'll probably be doing that next week though. Next week, Monday, I'll be no alcohol for 1 hour, 1 week. So. On the 14th, that whole week, because I'll be taking 1 week. 뭐지? 항생제? 항생제 먹기로 했어. Antibiotic for a week. Hi, Ollie. So, yeah, I'm taking antibiotics for a week, guys. I might die. Guys, today's goal is to be awake. I actually did some research to do. It will not end early today, extended, because I haven't done programming stream, so I'll try avoid not dying. Korea has better chicken soup. Chicken soup? 진짜 Korean food, guys. So people say it's healthy, but I don't think it's healthy, but it's just really good. They do have 백숙죽. Now that's interesting. Guys, so I wanted to add like a talking content with my programmers. But I don't know if we have any programmers today. So maybe once I change over to programming, developing, I'll mention that. I'll start moving over there, guys. It may not necessarily be healthy, but it's so delicious that in general it doesn't actually make one unhealthy either. 그치? In Korea, there's a phrase, 맛있으면 0칼로리, which means if it's delicious, it's 0 calories. So a lot of Koreans always say that, and I'm like, develop. 여기다. So if you're eating like donuts and you say you're on a diet and people are like, donut will make you fat, then you can just be like, hey, if it's good, then it's 0 calories. That's how they always use that phrase. Yeah. I've been sleeping so much lately. 진짜 요즘 잠을 너무 많이 자. 오랜만에 너무 많이 먹네. Either my body can't take it or I don't know. My body's been weird lately. Calorie? That's true. I was shocked that alcohol had calories. That's so sad. Isn't that the saddest thing? The moment I realize alcohol had calorie, it just makes me want to cry. Guys, I cleaned my whole house yesterday since Mia was coming back. Wow, 진짜, he is a pervert. He really likes cleaning. So he came up to me and he's like, I'm so excited to clean the house. And I'm like, get away from me, you pervert. He was dancing while cleaning. I was like, this is... no. Also, calories while traveling or on vacation don't count. That's true. Now, that was how you were a couple weeks ago. Work and then nap, sleep forever. Yeah. That's kind of what I what I hope to do. But I have another business proposal due next week, Thursday. So I'll be not sleeping again. Yeah, I think I'm sick. Well, honestly, Mia was sick, and then I had dinner with him, and I think his saliva came to my body. It made me sick. But then on top of that, I had like the girl issue. So when the girl issue ended, I had yeah, when the girl issue ended, I had the cold still. So then after like my stomach was in pain, I had a really bad headache, and I still think that's going on. 진짜, you know who amazed me is those who drink so much the night before and can go to work and work. But now that I think about it, those people actually don't work. I feel like they wait till like lunch break and then they have like, you know, their hangover super their meal and then they start working. Right? Now that you think about it, how can you be alive and working? So, but I can't say anything because that was me. But it sucks to be like a streamer. Yeah, the best streamer are those who don't drink. Because those people don't have to, like, worry about having a hangover the next morning. Unlike me. Unless you have a meeting and they want you to drink. Maybe that's why people don't live stream as much. Anyways. Let's get started. Hi. What are we doing today, guys? Guys, remind me if I ever drink on a Monday night, like kill me. Like Korean time, if I ever drink today, just be like Jinri, I told you so. Because I really don't want to work today. 아, 오늘 진짜 이러기 싫다. Sorry, Tuesday night for me. Like Monday night for me, so that'll be Sunday morning or Monday morning for you guys. My brain can't function. 아이고. 다시는 내 술 마시면 안 되는데. 하이. Why did I drink, guys? 미친 거지. I was crazy. 응? 아. Oh, I have my Bitcoin. I don't think I'm alcoholic. I don't think so. But I think... Wait, what is Ayaya E-girl? What the heck is this? 이건 뭐야? I have so many weird names. 아, 빙구. 아, 오케이, 오케이, 오케이. 아, 오케이. I got you. Okay. I have weird names on my OBS and I just don't know. You couldn't ever say that without laughing. Oh. You couldn't even say that. Ah, ha 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 ha. Hey, I think, if, never mind. I'll just shut up for today. I don't know what I'm saying today. Guys, today we're gonna talk about MATLAB. You're still sleepy? I'm still drunk. It's okay. I have to redo MATLAB. I didn't like the one we did. 잠깐만, 요게 여기 있으면 sorry. 이게 여기 있고. 아, 페인트가 여기 있었구나. 아하! 타다! 됐다. 씨, 오늘 힘들다. Today is such a hard day. Technical difficulties. Sorry, today will be a bit slow. No, I'm not going to use MATLAB. I just want to learn about MATLAB. Thanks, Natu. Guys. Morning. 이렇게 하고 이렇게 딱 내리면 perfecto. Muy bien. Okay. Finally, long time no see, coders. I think we lost a lot of programming interns, but we'll get back. We'll get them back. Right? Hopefully. I can't type. Yeah, I hated MATLAB. 진짜 I hated MATLAB. 잠깐만요. I'll like keep music very, very low. There you go. Okay, guys. Hi, guys. Today, we're gonna talk about MATLAB. So, when you guys hear about MATLAB, what comes to your mind? Guys, some of my like videos for coding, I think especially one of them got like 100 views. I'm like, why are you watching this? Anyways, college homework. I agree. Wolfram Alpha? What? Okay. It's 19 plus, not 19 plus. Mathematica? What's Mathematica? Is that like Wolfram Alpha? It's not 19 plus. I'm still intoxicated, remember? Cousin used it. Oh shit, I can't spell engineering. Oh. Looks like MATLAB. Actually, if I think of MATLAB, it comes kind of to GTA 5. I think there was a scene where they were doing something, right? Machine learning? You can do machine learning using MATLAB, really? Yeah, I'm one of those engineers who couldn't figure out how to use this. So today, we'll be learning what MATLAB is without turning on League of Legends. I used to think it was a software for doing labs for math classes. Yeah, I thought it was a math class programming language. Oh, well, I guess we'll get to see what it is. Oh, what is... Oh, there must be a geographical region called MATLAB. Oh, MATLAB in Bangladesh. Oh. Dude, I spelled MATLAB wrong. 반전이야. Oh, wait, no, I did spell it right. Oh, then what's MATLAB? 이건 뭐야? Wow. That's so confusing. So anyways, moving on. MATLAB is a proprietary multi-paradigm programming language and numeric computing environment developed by MathWorks. MATLAB also allows metric manipulations, plotting of functions and data, implementation of algorithm, creation of user interfaces, and interfacing with programs written in other languages. Although MATLAB is intended primarily for numeric computing. See, numbers, ew. An optional toolbox used the MUPAD, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, a symbolic engine allowing access to symbolic computing abilities. An additional package, Simulink, adds graphical multi-domain simulation and model-based design for dynamic and embedded systems. As of 2020, MATLAB has more than 4 million users worldwide. Really? That's so much people, guys. 4 million. 대박. They come from various backgrounds of engineering, science, and economics. But you can still do machine learning? Specialized using matrices. Yeah, I guess so. 오랜만이네요. 단어가. There's also R. Yeah, we talked about R. If you guys are interested in learning about R, check my YouTube, guys. Oh, machine learning is it? That's true. I learned so much matrix multiplication and type of stuff when I was taking classes. 학교에서 배웠다고요? 공대생이구만. So the origin, guys. MATLAB was invented by mathematician and computer programmer Cleve Moeller. The idea for MATLAB was based on his 1960s PhD thesis. Yeah, 진짜 이런 clever people just develop language, guys. Moeller became a math professor at the University of New Mexico and started developing MATLAB for his students as a hobby. Hobby? Give me that what face. What? He developed MATLAB initial linear algebra programming in 1967 with his one-time thesis advisor George Forsyth. Maybe I'm definitely pronouncing this wrong. Sorry, guys. This was followed by Fortran code for linear equations in 1971. Forsyth? That's how you pronounce it? Wow. Forsyth? In the beginning, MATLAB was not a programming language. It was a simple interactive matrix calculator. Matrix calculator. Really? How long ago? Maybe 1970s? There was no programs, no toolbox, no graphics, and no ODEs or FFTs. The first early version of MATLAB was completed in the late 1970s, so I guess it was before 1970s that this happened. The software was disclosed to the public for the first time in February 1979 at the Naval Postgrad School in California. I've never heard about this school. So many interesting schools out there. Early versions of MATLAB were simple matrix calculators with 71 pre-built functions. At the time, MATLAB was distributed for free to universities. Moeller would leave copies at universities he visited as software developed a strong following in the math departments of university campuses. Isn't this a type of marketing? I wonder if it was just to get his language out or just to really give universities a helpful tool to do matrix like multiplication. Really? You think so? 양수님 어서 오세요. Isn't MATLAB free? I don't think MATLAB is free. I 100% doubt MATLAB is free. Oh. Python versus MATLAB versus Mathematica? Really? Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's for commercial market. If he kept this free, then I would be like, wow, he's a very nice person. Anyways, in the 1980s, Moeller met John Little. They decided to reprogram MATLAB in C and market it for the IBM desktops that were replacing mainframe computers at the time. John Little and programmer Steve Bangert. 너무 어려워. reprogrammed MATLAB in C, created the MATLAB programming language, and developed features for Toolbox. 그러니까, so John Little Opar helped with the full development then, right? Bangert? I guess so. Commercial development. See, now we're here at the commercial, guys. So it was first released as a commercial product in 1984 at the Automatic Control Conference in Las Vegas. MathWorks was founded to develop the software, and the MATLAB programming language was released. The first MATLAB sale was the following year when Nick Ofar from MIT bought 10 copies. Wow, they actually bought 10 copies. Maybe it was this person who made MATLAB, you know, be paid. By the end of 1980, several hundred copies of MATLAB had been sold to universities for student use. The software was popularized largely thanks to toolboxes created by experts in various fields for performing specialized mathematical tasks. So these experts made it expensive. 영화 듣기 평가 같다고요? 감사합니다. So many of the toolboxes were developed as a result of Stanford students that would use MATLAB in academia, then brought the software with them to the private sector. Wow. Stanford Opa is also... Just kidding. I guess I'm blaming everyone for making MATLAB be expensive. Oh, 제로스님 오랜만이에요. Over time, MATLAB was rewritten for early operating systems created by Digital Equipment Corporation, VAX, Sun Microsystem, and for Uni PCs. Really? Version 3 was released, and the first MATLAB compiler was developed by Stephen Johnson in the 1990s. Guys, I wasn't even born yet. I didn't think that MATLAB was this long. 진짜 오래된 프로그래밍이었는데? In 2000, MathWorks added a Fortran-based library for linear algebra in MATLAB 6, replacing the software's origin LinPack and EISPack subroutines that were in C. So ever since it was written in C, I guess it's been doing so well. MATLAB's Parallel Computing Toolbox was released at the 2004 Supercomputing Conference. Oh. I've never heard about this parallel computing toolbox. And support for graphic processing units was added to it in 2010. Some recent history, I guess there was a large change in the software in 2012. And then by 2016, MATLAB had introduced several technical and user interface improvements, including the MATLAB Live Editor notebook. So I'm guessing this is like programming. So kind of like MATLAB, but I guess MATLAB is a full environment. Who's a scam artist? Why are you guys thinking it's scam? I have to admit, you have a skill for making the most boring stuff interesting. Thanks. What is VMS? Oh, VMS later became Open VMS? Wow. Anyways, moving on. So the features of MATLAB. It combines a desktop environment tuned for iterative analysis and design processes with a programming language that expresses MATLAB and array mathematics directly. So I guess there is live editor, da-da-da-da-da. So these are all the toolboxes. Wow. Oh, they have deep learning. So deep learning is machine learning. 그치? They have financial toolbox? 몰랐네. 5G. Ooh. So they have... Hey, but how come US internet is not 5G? 뭐지? Isn't the same thing? Well, that was apparently an Asian. That was a race ethnicity comment. Can't you do ray tracing in MATLAB? That is a good question, but I have no clue. Antenna toolbox, audio toolbox, aerospace. Oh, you can use aerospace using MATLAB? 되게 많다. Wavelet, satellite, radar toolbox, GPU coder. Wow! So you can code your NVIDIA GPA using MATLAB. 아, 여기 있구나. Statistics and machine learning toolbox. Guys, I took a stat class. No, I actually took a machine learning class, and they wanted me to program using MATLAB, and I just did not know how, so I ended up using R. It's not racist? I have no clue. These auto mods. So in addition to these, you can develop applications for all kinds of industries with more than 100 toolboxes for MATLAB and Simulink. So the syntax, guys, everyone's favorite, guys. I can't speak English today, sorry. The MATLAB application is built around the MATLAB programming language. Common usage of the MATLAB application involves using the common window as an interactive mathematical shell or executing text files containing MATLAB code. Variables are defined using the assignment operator equal. MATLAB is a weakly typed, it's not weakly, okay, programming language because types are implicitly converted. Oh. So it is an inferred typed language because variables can be assigned without declaring their types, except if they are to be treated as symbolic objects, and that their type can change. Values can come from constants from computation involving values of other variables or from the output of a function. For example, what are they saying? That was just 저도 학부 때는 안 썼고 대학원 때 썼는데 너무 어려웠어요. 사실 저는 MATLAB 진짜 싫었어요. I actually, guys, honestly hated MATLAB. I just hated MATLAB. But the history was pretty interesting. So I guess you could define constants like x equals 17, x equals hat. Or you can even have it as a text. And then x equals 3 times 4, comma, pi divided by 2. So, and then this becomes a matrix. And then even define it using a different symbol. 다음에 vector. Vectors and matrices. So there's arrays. You can create an array. 와, 이거 되게 멋있다. Initial increment and terminator. 오. So these are some things. I guess it's mostly used for things that have matrix. Right? Na. Look, I. 오! 이거 뭐라고 부르더라? Is this called identity matrix? I can't even spell identity. I've seen these before. 이거 되게 신기하다. And you can create it by 3 by 3. Transposing. Ew. 너무 더러워요. Most functions accept arrays as input. So there's multiple arrays. Structures. Let's talk a little bit about structures. When MATLAB supports structured data types, since all variables in MATLAB are arrays, a more adequate name is structure array, where each element of the array has the same field names. In addition, MATLAB supports dynamic field names, field lookup by name, field manipulations, etc. Oh. And then the function, when creating a MATLAB function, the name of the file should match the name of the first function in the file. Valid function names begin with an alphabetic character and can contain letters, numbers, or underscores. Variables and functions are case sensitive. Blah, 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 blah. Ta-da! Just remember, guys, that the variables and functions are case sensitive. I guess that's the most important things about the functions. And then function handles supports element of lambda calculus. Oh my god, this sounds very disgusting. Sorry, guys. Wow. 무슨 말인지 1도 모르겠다. 저도 모르겠어요. And then classes and object-oriented programming. So we've heard about the OOPs. So it does support OOP, including classes, inheritance, virtual dispatch, packages, However, the syntax and calling conventions are significantly different from other languages. MATLAB has value classes and reference classes, depending on whether the class has handled as a superclass or not. Oh, so I guess you call it by method. And then here we do function greet. So you can use graphs and graphical user interface, but I guess I thought MATLAB didn't have good graphical interface, so people don't use them. Okay. Technical difficulties? Give me a second. Wow. So you can even create a sine function and then all these three-dimensional graphics. Wow, 이건 좀 죽인다. Ooh. Oh, wait, this is MATLAB symbol. 알카노드님 오랜만이에요? 안경 왜? What's DDoS? Why? Oh, thanks not to. MATLAB support developing graphical user interface, yada yada yada, and then other languages. So it seems that it could be written in languages C or Fortran. Wrapper function is created, allowing MATLAB data types to be passed and returned. MAX files are the dynamically loadable object files created by compiling such functions. So, there are libraries written in Perl, Java, ActiveX, or .NET can be directly called from MATLAB. And then it seems that as alternative to the MNuPad-based symbolic math tools available from MATLAB's MathWorks, MATLAB can be connected to Maple or Mathematica. Well, that's really good. And then obviously machine learning is doable. And then there's the computational language Julia, a statistic programming language R, and blah blah blah. So, withdraw from China. In 2020, China state media reported that MATLAB had withdrawn services from 2 Chinese universities. That's so sad. As a result of US sanctions, and said this will be responded to by increased use of open source alternatives and by developing domestic alternatives. So maybe they can recreate MATLAB. Would be interesting. Oh, thank you. MATLAB is not funny? Why? 포르트나 쓰려고요? 아니요. 저 MATLAB도 별로 안 좋아했어. There's GNU Octave? What's that? Oh. There's a bunch of release histories. I don't think we have to read in depth about it. And then see also... Oh! GNU Octave! 오름. 연구용으로 포커스 가능? 맞아, 이거 대학교 때 많이 쓰는 것 같아. So, that's all for MATLAB, guys. So, in conclusion, what do you guys want to say about the conclusion? In conclusion, MATLAB는 if you were to introduce MATLAB to your cousin, your 5-year-old cousin, I would say MATLAB. If you don't, oh, can I erase this? Okay, maybe not. If you don't want to be a professor, if you don't want to live in the university, Don't take MATLAB. Take MATLAB. Do not try this at home. Oh, I like that. Do not try this at home. Don't try this at home. All company use it? Oh, I guess if you don't want to live in the university and company. And then, but I think they still have good features. Some of the good features that I realize is if your job has anything related to matrix, like if you really like matrices, like if you took a class in matrices and you guys were like, OMG, it's like the best thing, then obviously, you know, use this. And then I guess also one bad thing about MATLAB was that it was free, but why make it not free, you know? Like, look at Python. So no one uses, like, Python is free. Symbolic 연산이 뭐예요? What is that? Yeah, I'm guessing there's still companies that use MATLAB, so we can't diss saying no one uses it, because maybe just because your company doesn't use MATLAB doesn't mean every other company does not use MATLAB. But I mean, you know, like, but for me, it was really hard. For me, the UI UX for MATLAB, or like the interface, user interface, was really hard. After I used like Python에 Anaconda 쓰고, even I think R from R Studio had better interface than MATLAB. So I do have to say the interface for MATLAB is just MATLAB으로 코딩한 내용 C로 변환시켜주는 기능이 있어서, 그러니까 본인이 MATLAB에 쓰는 거 익숙해져 있는 사람이면은 이제 C로 뭐 프로그래밍 해야 된다 하면은 이제 쓰는 거구나. So it seems that if your company uses C, but you program better in MATLAB, then you can use MATLAB at your company, because there's a way to transfer the code from MATLAB to C. So that would be something. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed MATLAB. Next week, I'll come up with another fun programming, but that's all for MATLAB. Thanks, guys. If you guys are also interested in hearing the other ones, they are on my YouTube called Thingy So check that out. I still have hangover. Okay, let's take 5-minute break. Oh, 마시자. But I think now that we have lots of programmers, I wanted to upload kind of like a discussion thing for my YouTube. And one of the things that I wanted to upload was, I bet there's lots of programmers who wants to find a job out there, and they probably search a lot of keywords. And so one of the things that I wanted to do that might sound fun, because I do have lots of programmers on my stream. Are you guys listening? But one of the biggest thing I wanted to talk about was finding a job related as a programmer. So I think after taking a little bit of break, I'll just kind of talk about a couple of fun questions. I had to search a bit yesterday. It's always interesting. You guys are still here? Why is Bubbly's like emotes, like all of Bubbly's emotes, I have to say, is somewhat perverted. I do want to say Bubbly and I do get along, but sometimes it's too. Oh, anyway, Let's take a 5-minute break, guys. Let's have a smoke break, guys. How many people here? No. My dream is work with games, and maybe I will create a fighting game. What do you think about making fighting games? Well, what are you gonna fight with? 진짜 근데 honestly, guys, are we having a salary fight on chat? Should we talk about who makes most money? Like which language makes most money? I wouldn't think programmers would talk about that. You know what the hardest thing? Like since I wanted to have like a fun conversation with my programmers, I rarely do. I had to be inside of programmer shoes, but I haven't had like a, yeah, make a programmer fight game. That'll be so funny. Then okay, you two stop fighting, man. Then let's make that discussion. I was going to have a different discussion topic today, but what if that's a fun discussion? Also, since we are a business, analytical stream, you can't just say check survey. You have to show, like, physically give evidence. You know what I mean? That's what I don't like about human being. Just kidding, not all, everyone. But some people are like, hey, check something. It's like, dude, if you want to check, give us data. Like, why do you make us search when you don't provide the research? Like, no one's gonna trust you if you don't provide the documentation. So if you think whatever you're saying is true, provide the documentation. Don't copy and paste like a more than 200 letter or word. Just don't do that, but give me a resource. But then what's funny about my stream is if you want to provide a link, you have to be subbed. So while you're providing the link to us, you should also sub to my channel. That was a long story short. Just sub to my channel, guys. It's out there. And that's my Bitcoin account too. I have my Bitcoin account, by the way. Oh, here you go. Just I had to scam you guys. You hang out with Sora too much, boss? Oh my god. What are you talking about, Josh? I am Sora 그 1기 student. See, Sora is... Remember, I call Sora master. By the way, I will have Sora's interview up. I decided to post the streamer interview because those are kind of funny. I actually like them. So, I don't have too much to post on my YouTube anyway, so I'll just post those. Dude, if you can make a prediction of the stock market using MATLAB, you will just make bucks. So, anyways, where'd he go? Hey, Salty! Dude, also your name reflects your personality. I think instead of trusting MBTI, you should just trust your nickname. The interview gave birth to Soda. I am so proud of that, Like, I really, really like how she, mentions Soda every time. And I'm like, that was me. That was me, guys. So, yeah. So if you guys want, your name reflects your personality. So if you want to be a good person, have a really nice name, I think. Yeah, so you're handle. But since you have silver in front of it, it kind of reflects that you have 꼰대 mind. like old men mind. Cause like old guys that have silver hair, get it? Yeah. Yeah, that's true though, Josh. You're like, so your personality, since you say that other Josh, it kind of reflects that you're kind of like a, you know, you're like a chill person because you don't want to be the Josh. You're just like, I could be okay being like on the side. So, dude, that would be a fun comment. Dado? Yeah, that's true. I have no clue what Dado means either. Anyways, that would be a fun content. That'll be something fun to do. Maybe that should be my brainless content, is to explain chat's username. I should think about doing that. Anyways. What do you mean trauma? I gave you your, what are they called? Character. So today's discussion conversation for programmers is 뭘로 하지? Do you guys want to talk about money? 한국어 말했다고? 아 죄송해요. 완전 까먹고 있었어. 오늘 그 프로그래머 디스커션 하려고 하는데 I'll just stick with the one I wanted to do for today. 일단 오늘 거 하고 왜냐면 그걸 좀 서칭 해야 돼요. 잠깐만. 나는 늘 내 방송을 위해 공부하는 내 자신이 너무 싫다. I hate the fact that I have to study for my stream, but I don't know where I left my thing. Okay, today's conversation 내가 어제 썼지 is, are you guys ready? Can I get a drum roll? Hey guys, listen. Thank you. Today's conversation is 뭐라고 썼지? 이거 재밌을 것 같았어. I love how you did 3 O's. So I did limit it to coding because this will be on my coding YouTube. But worst question to get. What were some of your worst questions you got when you were at an interview for coders? So for those who haven't been interviewed as a coding job, what's interesting was that coders actually get like actual question. They're actually being asked, how do you solve such and such a thingy-mobobby, or you know. So what was some of the worst questions that you guys got during an interview, coding interview? So to kind of start the conversations, 빈님 어서 오세요. So, a couple of things that I looked up, I actually did look up this, was so as a starter, people actually ask puzzling question, you know. Any type of puzzling question is not a good way of asking. So that being said, there were some of the people that I like was reading about. They got these questions, but So let's start way, way, way early of why they ask programmers questions related to solving, right? And the reason why is to see how people can think, like do critical thinking. Normally, I mean, a couple of the engineers also get a lot of hard questions, especially like chemical engineers. They say, oh, like if so and so were to react, what would happen? Blah blah blah. As an industrial engineer, I rarely got these type of questions. The only thing we got was more like critical thinking. Like if this situation were to happen, then what would you do? So I was very happy. But a lot of programmers get really hard questions. But some of them, they do have like an aha moment. Like they are solvable if you know the basic. But there are some questions where you don't even know the basic, like, and you can't do anything with it. And the purpose to have these questions was that they wanted people to be like, oh, like they wanted to see how they were to think and like write down the way of their thoughts to see if this person, you know, if this person would be interested in working hard, and like if they have like 그 끈기가 있으면은, if they have the ability to, you know, figure out the answer too, because that's what everyone wants to know about. So they do say any type of puzzling question is a big no-no, so don't ask any puzzling questions. So what are other questions that you guys got that seems a bit cruel, I would have to say, or disgusting? I also know, like, even if you're trying to apply for Kakao company, they have really hard questions. So they have like people giving out answers to past questions on YouTube to give them like how they solved it, which I found it pretty interesting that they do give these things. But yeah, anyone? Do we have anyone to talk about this? Hi Anthony, how are you? I thought it was a different type of job. Of what? Did we lose all the programmers after they fought about MATLAB? Well, maybe I can change the question, but 괜찮아. Oh yay, we have a pro 잠깐만. So, what? I just did an interview at a company where the interviewer kept changing the question to act like he was smarter. Wow, that's possible? Wait, how do they change the question? I called his bluff and was like, LOL, I don't want to work with the a-hole like you, and walked out. Wow. Anthony. There's one recent by NFL team. Lion head coach interviewed a college kid and the coach made the kid drink milk even though he was lactose intolerant to see how he deals with. 진짜? Dude, some of these like interviews just go beyond, I think. That's so crazy. That's awful. I just don't know. I don't find any questions infuriating in the... Oh, really? 진짜로? Questions usually have different levels. It's normal. Oh. The hiring manager messaged me afterward and was like, yeah, we've been meaning to fire that guy. Sorry. Oh. That reminds me. 아니, 근데 there's so many people as an interviewee. Seeing a couple of the interviewers ask, like, oh, I just had PTSD moment because when I think I mentioned this, it wasn't like a worst question to get, but normally if you're already hired, no one wants to see your resume again. But at my old job, when I got hired as an intern, I was in there a special program, and everyone else was having like a good time with their buddy, their senior buddy or whatever. And there was me. My senior buddy was like, I don't even know what to call him, but he was like, hey, let's have a meeting. And I was like, to see what you can do. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't mind hearing about that. He was like, okay, let's start with you going over your resume. And I'm like, why? Like, I just didn't see a purpose about going over my resume. It actually felt like he was interviewing me again instead of, like, being friendly. Because I think that's the worst way of approaching to someone. If you want to know of that person, you could have just been like, hey, let's just have a conversation about yourself, who you are. But he was like, yeah, let's go over your resume. And I'm like, why? And what's interesting was I think he and I were a similar age, or he was like a bit older. So if you check my resume, I've done a lot of things. Although like they were mostly intern position or co-op position. You could see that, like I've done so much more leading up, especially because I'm a graduate student compared to other people. So it was just kind of like, okay, well, like I think we're similar age. I don't think you have to test my abilities to see if I'm like doing a good job. So it was really annoying. And then he started acting as if he was know-it-all, and then yeah, there's so many stories I could go about my old work, but I won't because it's not a good idea to talk about your old work. It was a good place. I'm not complaining about it because I did get to meet or like stay with a team that I really enjoyed, but it was just really sad to see those type of cruel, I guess, like interviewer who wants to stand out, or like what Anthony had to do with his experience to make you feel smarter by just giving other people crap, right? So anyways, moving on. Different interviewer have different purpose, so some are just testing personality through the coding test. Wow, so you can test personality. So do you really think that your personality shows when you're doing the coding test? I guess that's something interesting to look into. It's like writing some code to do X. Great, now modify it to handle situation Y. Oh, that sounds disgusting. When they ask you to solve a problem, then modify it to handle an extra case which wasn't given in the start. So if you wrote the program to solve the first problem and then have to heavily modify it because of expectations. Oh. So I guess changing isn't bad, but if he's just doing it for bluffing. But they do change the question. So let's say, hey, make the person go to the right. And then you do it. You code it. I don't know. I guess that's probably not a real question you'll be getting. But for people who don't know coding like me, let's say that's a question. I guess, is it acceptable for you to say, hey, now make the person go left? Because I guess, does that have... Or like make the person do a backflip where he was starting. I guess, is that how they're gonna change the code? Maybe next time I should look into what the code does. Like, you optimize the program for the first task, not expecting they will ask you to take the same program and make it more flexible. Oh. So do you think it's actually helpful to ask coding tests? Are those okay? Or at a job? Or do you think they should, like, programmers should also just get critical questions like, what would you in this so-and-so situation? Because I actually wanted to be a programmer. Like, I was thinking about doing it because, I enjoyed programming, using Python. But then it kind of, I was a bit hesitant since I didn't want to program in Python. Like, I didn't want to take a test in Python, so. Some hiring managers purposely make the coding challenge unsolvable in the time limit, but they expect you to ask questions, work with them to solve the challenges. Oh. Ew. But then people were to say, don't ask puzzling questions, so I guess maybe that's actually a good thing. Mine was, let's implement X. After doing that, never mind, let's implement completely different thing. Y. Oh, it was completely different. Oh, now that's awful. So do you really think that people should, you know, ask these hard critical thinking questions? Or do you think that they shouldn't? That it should just be critical thinking questions and like talk about your experience to see the personality. Because I don't see how when you're doing a coding test, it shows your personality. I guess it can show how like organized you are, but to be a programmer, organizing factors isn't really a big part of programming, right? It's like a trick test to see, oh, you do like to solve things yourself or ask for help. That's terrible. Wait, so you can ask for help? Because, can I be honest? One of my job, I was supposed to work with XML and I just did not know how to do. So 90% of my time was going to my senior partner, senior like person and asking for help. Now that I think about it, I don't think I looked really in depth with the program. Because it wasn't really what I wanted to do. That's why I didn't want to be a programmer, but... From conducting thousands of interviews, hard questions don't tell me more about a candidate than an easy question. I agree. In fact, the hard questions are more likely to filter out the good candidates versus the candidate that grind lead code and don't actually know how to code. That's true. Like what I said, if people are giving out like answers to solve a question on YouTube, like you can YouTube it. YouTube like interview questions, like coding interview questions that people are solving. So then what's a really good way to find really good candidates for coding? You know? If you want the person to ask you how to solve it means that they don't have the skills for the job. That's not a good thing. But you can ask questions though, no? It cost my company around $15,000 in time resource to hire a coder. We have to make sure we have the right hire. Yeah, my boss tell me he will keep asking hard questions until the interviewee saying he don't know. He don't want to hire someone who pretend to know everything. But honestly, 진짜, I would hate to have to like, all the effort people have prepared for the interview. The fact that to make someone say I don't know, it's just really a bad thing. I think. Asking for help actually is an important thing to look for. A lot of engineers are too scared to help. Yeah. I mean, asking for help, I think, isn't a bad thing, though. It's not like, can you do this for me, is bad. But being like, hey, can you help me with this? And then explain how far you've done. And then asking for ideas of what else I could be doing isn't a bad thing. Perhaps if those kind of last-minute changes are the reality in the position being hired for? Oh. One of the things I learned in a company dislike those that work in silos. It's more of a case of them accessing how well you work with you. How well they work with you, probably. The company has to ask questions related to what the job will entail, not just lead code or AOC questions that some kid grinded but doesn't actually understand. The best questions I've seen put candidates into similar situation into situations similar to what they'd actually do on the job, either working collaboratively with the candidate or having... Yeah, I guess those are the best questions. So then I guess it could also tie to the question of, do you think it's really worth... even asking critical question is really bad too. Because it could tie into like the normal job field where they ask, hey, if this like... I don't know. It's just interview questions are interesting because you want to be confident but at the same time modest. It's like you want to be that perfect person. They ask you some of the weird question I always hated answering was, what are some situations you've had to deal with and it failed and how did you overcome it? It's like, like I don't know, like what is the definition you want to hear about me failing, and then like what is an acceptable answer that you're gonna accept through that you're not gonna be like, oh well, maybe you should have done it this way. So I don't know about coding industry, but I'm in most all other industry, being able to ask questions is a good thing. Yeah, I think even in coding industry, it is worse to have a person who can't admit when they don't know how to do something and thus won't ask. Yeah. I asked chat for help. That could be my interview question answer too. So, I don't know. I just find interesting. I don't know about other fields. I know engineering, couple of engineering questions they do ask. Like they do have a test. I know my friend, when he was applying for SK Hynix, had to do some testing, like actual physical paper and pencil work. But I don't think... Do you guys know of any other jobs that does ask you like technical questions? I have a video on my YouTube that the most important skill as a software engineering. Oh, that's great. Situational interview questions are the worst. Yeah. I hate the situational questions. Yeah, and you can't even say my weakness is that I have no weakness. Or like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can be honest, but in reality, you just say your strength in a weird way. Like, it's just so stupid how some of the interview questions have like a preset answer. I got pain with real-time programming tests, so yeah. Anyways, that's my question. But I didn't think it went exactly how I wanted to go, since programming isn't really my main field, but I just wanted to get a bit of chat going before we actually go into programming, since I have to program. I haven't programmed in so long. But I do better than ordinary engineers? I doubt it. Actually, the reason why I asked this question was I am half thinking about finding a job. It's like on and off. I've been having these like thoughts of maybe I should get a job, because streaming doesn't pay you that well, and then it's not like my YouTube's going any higher. But at the same time, it's like, oh, imagine me going through all these interview questions and like what job I want to do in my future career. It's really hard to decide. It really sucks to find a perfect job for you. And that was actually one of my programming friends' question. I guess my teammate that I'm working with for my my app that I'm creating was that she said she wanted to find a team where it's perfect, and she just got out of high school. She didn't get into the college that she wanted, and she asked me for advice, being like, hey, like, I want to find, like, my goal is to find the perfect team. And I'm like, honey, I've been through like so many companies. I've I've been to a startup company. I've been to, you know, like a mid-size, small size, big size, all different companies, and it's basically impossible to find a perfect team. I do have to say, my last job, I did find a team, but I was already so burned from all the experience that I had that there was nothing in my body that wanted me to stay, but I mean, I'm technically considered freelance, right? But it's not like I have, like, people aren't going to give me projects for me to do, because, you know, like, why would they? Like, all the only experience I have are mostly from interns and jobs. I do have like a 2-year experience, but those were mostly project based, so I don't know. Freelance is not really my style. I do write freelancing as my job, but sorry guys. Okay, let's move on. I'll come up with better questions. It's really hard to be in a programmer's mind to come up with these questions. Maybe I'll do the one of who makes more money and I'll do some research about it. Really? Yeah. Anyways. Today, let's go back to Solana. How's Solana doing? Ah! You value your independence like an artist? Don't look. Any type of stock and everything's doing so bad. Why is the air not coming to me? Guys, let's create a SPL. Let's create a token using the SPL blockchain, guys. Yeah. $80 hours a week? Yeah. I think there's a pro and con about, you know... Oh, sorry. Oopsies. There's pro and con about working at a company and being a freelancer. Anyways, 여러분. 코딩합시다. Let's code. Creating token using SPL blockchain. Yeah. But if you think about it, I think I work 40 hours a day. I have 40 hours a week. 40 hours a day? Wow, 미친 사람. Yeah. 근데 확실히 아니다. 오케이. I'm only 28, but I don't know. I feel like it's hard to find a job once I hit 30. Guys, do you think I can get hired? I don't want to think about work. Thinking about work is like the hardest thing. Today we'll be talking about, we'll be doing SPL, 뭐냐? My dream goal is to become a 건물주. 28 is young and you're 22? Yeah, hey, that's what I'm supposed to say. 22 is young. 22살 여린 건 제가 말해야 됩니다. Guys, let's have smoke break. 진짜 요즘 recently I don't smoke, guys, but recently I understood the mindset of smokers. 나 요즘 담배를 안 폈거든요, 제가. 야, 대학교 때 술 마시면서 담배 핀 것밖에 없었거든요. 담배가 땡기는 거 인생 처음이에요. 네, 여러분 담배 피지 맙시다. It's not good to smoke, guys. So don't smoke. 전자담배 말고 전자담배? 담배 고백을? 인생이 암울해서 그런가 봐요. my life is too hard. 한국에는 또 담배가 다양해. In Korea, there's multiple cigarettes. I think my next programming topic I'll ask is why do programmers smoke so much? Maybe I'll do more funny stories like those than like actual. 그래, 뭐 내가 어차피 프로그램 하니까 I should bring up conversation, like discussion questions of, you know, as a third party who looks at programmers. Do they though? Really asking? Because I have no idea. Oh, really? Yeah, so maybe I should come up with questions to ask two programmers. Like, why do you guys smoke a lot? Or drink coffee? Or is that like a stereotype? Because in Korea, if you don't smoke as a programmer, you are not a real programmer. Or my friend at an interview, she got a question. And then second, why don't you smoke? Yeah. And then second question, or maybe that should be today's question for, yeah. 그걸 지금 할까? No, actually, my friend who was a programmer, someone said to her, hey, do you want to be a real good programmer? Smoke weed. That's what she got. That's what someone said to her. In a programming job position, they said to smoke weed. Wait, should we have that conversation today? Oh, let's do that right now then. 오늘 뭐라고 할까? 그 제3자가 보는 프로그래머. How do you translate that to English? Okay, let's do more conversation about that. What's Blazed? 제3자가 보는 프로그래머. Third party perspective. 그래? 뭔가 my perspective of programmer 해야 되겠다. Blazing is smoking? 그걸로 해야 되겠다. Oh, that's a good question. 그래. Me being super theoretical about like these things? 아니야. My today's question. 야, 이거 되게 와. Okay, let's restart. Let's restart, guys. Oh, sorry. 다시. Let's do this conversation. 이거 재밌겠다. Okay, screw interview questions. Hey, no one wants to know about interviews. Okay. Hey, so who's a programmer? How many programmers do we have on stream right now? Programmers are not particularly known to be smokers in the US. But they smoke weed, right? Right? Weed 있잖아. Okay, perfect, guys. Hi, guys. So today, I have a good question for you guys. My programmers out there. So in Korea, I do have to be a bit more specific. Or, yeah. I've seen a lot of people who's a programmer say, you know, if you want to be a good programmer, you have to smoke. So, let's see if that's like a legit thing in other countries. Because my other friend got a story, who's a programmer. My other friend, she heard from her senior programmer saying, hey, do you know the key to being a successful programmer? Smoke weed. You know? So then you get to be thinking, does smoking actually help with programming, or is that like a bias, a bad stereotype of programmers, and that like I should not be thinking this from my perspective. So what are some of you guys' feedback? My coders, my programmers out there, do you guys smoke? First of all, do you guys smoke? Or who smokes? Who's a programmer? Raise your hand. Who smokes? Smoking people. Okay, so first of all, let's raise your hand for a cigarette. Cigar. Flashy. 자, 담배 피는 사람. Who smokes tobacco? That's true. People might smoke cigar too. Sometimes cigar. Oh, you guys actually smoke cigar? No one smokes? 아니요? Okay. Who does weed? Koreans don't answer this. 한국 사람들 이거 피더라도 말하지 마세요. 이거 돼요. 찰컹찰컹 돼요. If you're in a legal country who can smoke weed, who smokes weed? If your country is not legal, please don't tell me. I don't want to know, and I don't want you guys to be in jail. Oh, US isn't legal? I guess if it's legal because you have a medical condition to be allowed to smoke, then tell me. US states, if your state makes it legal, then tell me. If it's legal where you live, thank you, raise your hand. I used to when I was a teenager and did programming too. 17 and 18? You're still a teenager, man. 22 is still baby. Smoked weed once, prefer alcohol? So we have a couple of weed oppas. Weeders. I don't know what to call you guys. Oh, it's legal in Wisconsin. Don't tell me why I know. Then, okay, so as a programmer, do you drink? Maybe is it drinking? 아, 맞다. Stoner. 맞다. Stoner. Then does drinking help? So who drinks while programming? And I guess you can't really do that. Or do you actually, can you drink at a company to program better? A 90%? I don't think that's true. Give me stats, man. Not in the company. There was one company that I worked for. I will not say name, but there was one company that allowed that Friday night. 아직도 기억나. Friday night. Friday, like, like 4 p.m. They opened their drawer, and then suddenly alcohol. Let's drink. I was like, what? 살짝 음악가가 시중에 가사 쓴다면 비싼 느낌이. 그러니까. But honestly, I dated a programming boyfriend in high school, or sorry, not in high school, in college. 5 years of dating him. And honestly, he kept telling me, if you smoke, like, hey, smoking weed really helps you with programming. Like, if you want to be a good programmer, you have to be a stoner. So he actually smoked while programming. But you know what's ironic? Everyone who was a programming degree, like who's in that like field, was a stoner. So that got me thinking, to do good in programming, so programming equal stoner slash pothead. So I have all these evidence, like backup evidence, you know, and then obviously my friend had that situation, you know, saying that if you want to be a good programmer, you gotta smoke weed. Then that's what you think, though, right? And now, like, I went to a tech company, and then Friday, like 4 p.m., they bring up their alcohol. They're like, let's drink. So then I guess programming, you need to be a stoner, pothead, and 뭐냐 drinking? Oh. Ah, so drinking is a popular thing in tech companies, drinking after 4 to 5? Yeah. So this is actually a legit thing. It actually is bad for health, though. I never liked tobacco. Oh, yeah, obviously it's bad, guys. Don't do these. They had other issues that the weed helped them with. Probably focusing. Any type of focusing then it's that he had. So he had I can see CBD users being better programmers as they would be less stressed from programming. How they get you to stay late on a Friday night to code more? Yeah. Oh. 그러네. Happy Friday drink is common thing. So they want to make you drunk so that they can stay at the company more to code? Oh, you were joking? Oh. Hey, can you put kappa? So then, is it true to say, can I be, you know, can I be like okay. That was a misconception you had, Jinri. But programmers, when we think about programmers, we can say that programmers are, there's another M, guys, not pothead, and that it doesn't help. Right? So just because you are a programmer, you are not forced to smoke. Yeah, I wonder why a lot of Korean programmers smoke. Maybe it's just Korea smokes a lot. Or is it just in general Koreans smoke a lot? There are people who perform better, more creatively when they smoke, and sometimes those same people are programmers. What the heck? Then smoke? Oh, what's the difference between vape and smoking? It's the same thing, no? Are most programmer in Korea men? Because Korean women seem not to smoke much. Really? Oh, really? I feel like Korean women been smoking a lot, though. 선배 따라가서 배운 거라고? 그럴 수도 있어. No relationship with job title? Maybe. Probably people think vape is less damaging, but I thought vape is worse than smoking. Or is it actually not true? Okay, so then now another thing that we have to consider then is, do you vape? Who vapes? Like, is vaping a thing? Vaping is much healthier? It's worse than smoking because you don't know when to stop? Oh. Yeah, I thought vaping is not healthier. So any programmers vape? What the hell is a volcano? But you can't vape inside a building, can you? Vaping is good because it's smoke is less harmful. Vaping is bad because you might do more of it since it hurts. Yeah. Anything you inhale other than atmosphere is not great for you? That's true. Oh, that's confusing. Wait, but I thought vaping has that, like, substance, that chemical that's inside that's really bad for you. That's true. Is it nicotine? I think they have other things than nicotine. Yeah, they have some weird... What's better than tar? They have so many stories about which one is better, but... Well, I guess I came to conclusion today that why do programmers smoke? They actually don't smoke. They might want to be more creative, but I guess in general they don't smoke. And that smoking is bad for you, and that you guys should not smoke. And that it actually doesn't help with programming. Although you might think it does. Just drink a lot of water and be on a daily walk, and you'll be good for today. I don't think anyone can argue about nicotine vapor being less harmful than cigarette smoking. Really? I thought so. Compared to not vaping, sure, but compared to actual smoke from burning things, definitely not worse. Ah. And drink soju instead. I get a headache from drinking soju. Guys, I guess we'll have to program today. Yeah. Why do I don't want to do anything today? Then I said you don't know when to start. I meant with a cigarette, you run out of cigarette. Wait, but you run out of like the 뭐냐? 엑기스. The liquor. 거기 안에 있는 그거 빠지잖아요. 아. Yeah, or the battery. You light the cigarette, you have one? Oh, dude. That's not how cigarette works, man. You light it up, you finish one, but if you want another one, you light it up again. No? Dude, I have had friends who smoke like 1 pack a day, though. 갑자기 우리 담배 얘기 나왔지만. Me? No, I don't know that well. I don't smoke, guys. I just have so many smoker friends. 주변에 담배 피는 사람들 진짜 많아요, 제가. 그래서 막 식당 같은 데 같이 가잖아요? 그럼 나 혼자... You didn't ask if any program is true? I doubt. Is this a dare stream? No. When you smoke a cigarette, you have to go outside and they're very expensive, etc. That's true. In Korea, I don't think it's that bad. A pack a day is really bad. I know. With so many heavy Oh, that's true. Yeah, they should not allow vaping in the building. 야, 진짜 제가 담배 냄새 그래서 요즘 역겨운데 진짜 주변에 진짜 친구들 안 만나고 주변에 이제 스트리머 친구들 중에 담배 피는 사람들 많이 없긴 해가지고 I don't know about vaping. 근데 진짜 담배 많이 피는 거야. 맞아, 담배 냄새. 근데 저는 반대였었어요. 대학교 때 적응했고 이제는 적응 못하겠어. 이제는 살짝 역겨워요. Guys, today we will skip blockchain. I didn't know what to do. 블록체인 나중에 하고 let's finish my homepage. I forgot to do my monthly daily studies. I will do my first study today. 오늘 공부 좀 해야 되겠다. Did you know back long time ago, I don't know if that's true anymore, but in China, they used to smoke inside the building, like actual cigarette. 원래 중국에서는 담배 건물 안에서 막 피는 거예요. 그래서 우리 아빠 되게 스트레스 받았었는데. Like my dad was so stressed because he was smoking. They were smoking inside the hotel and my dad doesn't smoke, so. Really? Maybe I wasn't at that era. Well, that wasn't for me in from like 2000 to now. I'd never seen people smoke inside a restaurant. Remember as a kid they used to have smoking, non-smoking section in the restaurants? Oh my god. Yeah. 진짜. 근데 I knew in clubs people smoked. 다 그 클럽 안에서는 다들 피더라고 안에서. I know in like airports there is like a smoking room? smoking room인가? Oh, what the heck? Oh, nani? Yeah, lounge, smoking lounge in Europe. I was so shocked. Yeah, I don't know why. 진짜 담배 피는 사람들 너무 그건 것 같아. 중독인 것 같아. I think they're so addicted. 잠깐만요. Let's move on. Don't smoke, guys. 진짜 담배 피지 마세요. 홈페이지 코딩. Really? You had to change clothes? Yeah, none of my family members smoke. CSS time. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna do blockchain, but I don't know where to start. So I didn't prepare myself. I will do a bit of preparation. I wasn't supposed to sleep at 8 last night, but because I did, I had nothing prepared. So we'll just do this. That's the thing. I had to check my Solana bar. I doubt it because of Solana price today. Oh, it's been down. Oh, 20% 떨어졌어. Because I bought it 100 something. 아닌가? Yeah, I bought it 100 something. I bought it here. Ah, I bought it here. 여기에 샀어. Maybe I should buy more then. 좀 더 살까? Then you know where to go now? 이제 어디 가야 되는지 알아요? Let's see what people say. Hey, are you guys not sad about Solana coin going down? The whole stock in crypto, yeah, the war is creating. You're down like 10% on your entire investment? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like stock is more down. Hey, what about coin? 아니 원래 오늘은 today I really wanted to create the token, but I don't know how to create a token. I should probably do a bit of research before and then do it next week. Better safe than sorry, right? So let's work on this. NPM install. NPM start. So we'll do a bit of CSS today and then call it a day. Guys, I had somewhere to go at 2. 뭐지? 나 2시에 뭔가 있는데? Guys, I'm scared. I remember having something today. 뭘까? 뭐지? 아, 나 뭐 있지? 뭐가 있더라? 오늘 2시. Today, but on my calendar, I don't have anything. 아, this is so stressful. You said you had to step out? 내가 그랬다고? I have like 진짜 나 어떡하지? 뭐야? 아, 못 들어? 아, 뭐지? 이건 또 왜 안 줄어지지? Guys, I'm having trouble. I'm having so much technical difficulty today. 들어? I know. I'm having issue. 아니. No, I wanted to cut like this part, a bit of this part, and then show more of my left side. 아, 나 오늘 뭐가 있었지? 아, 미치겠네. 나 오늘 뭐지? 아, Alt Drag예요? 아니야, Alt Drag. Hi, 나인다 구독님. 아니야, 내가 이랬으면 This makes me wider. 이렇게 하면 되겠구나. I'm so skinny. That's what Alt Drag does. Do I look normal? 아, 오늘 뭐 하기로 했지? Oh my god. This is giving me. 오늘 진짜 뭐 하기로 했지? Guys, who remembers what I have to do? 아, 진짜 미치겠네. 아, 내가 뭘 해야 되더라? 골프 아니고 멀리 가는 미아's parents soar 아니고 drinking, eating 아니고 아! Guys! Oh my god! 나 진짜 나 딴 거 해야 돼. 나 지금 Hey, screw programming! 아! Guys! 잠깐만. Oh my god. 어딨지? Where's the paper? 기다려봐. 아, 맞다. Oh my god. Yes, I have to do this. Ah! Look. My date on stay. 나 이거 아니면 아예 visa. Ah, my visa, guys. My visa is about to expire. 이거 어떻게 하는 거지? 잠깐만. 아, 맞다. 아, 맞다. That was actually Mia told me to do it at 9. I totally forgot. Because I'm going to. Yeah, it's in 3 days. Oh my god. Hi, Korea. 잠깐만, 내가 여기 전화를 했어야 됐었거든? I had to call them for 2 hours to do it? Yeah. Oh, 맞다. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll be back in Wisconsin, guys. 아니야, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Guys, what should we eat for lunch, by the way? 아니, 근데 진짜 이거 중요하긴 해. 당연히 중요하지. I have to figure out how to do this online, though. 아, 맞다. 아, 진짜 중요해, 이게. This is very important. Guys, what are we doing on for this one?
전화방내센터입니다. Thank you for calling 1345, the Immigration Contact Center. 한국어 안내는 1과 별표를 눌러주십시오.中文请按2和星号键. Press 3 followed by the star key for English.
Well, let's do English.
번과 별표를 눌러주십시오. For the immigration office
Well, thank
address, a list of regional offices, and business hours, press 1.
What?
For legal consultation with a community lawyer, press 2.
Wait, what am I doing?
To talk to one of our consultants, press 0. We are able to provide information only for your specific situation, not for the situations of others. For quality control purposes, we record all calls and phone numbers
But you know-
for a designated period of time.
You know what's funny about this though?
Provided not suit every immigration
이게 웃긴
situation.
게
We'll now connect you to one of our consultants.
Sorry, all our agents are currently assisting other callers at this time. 7 calls are in the waiting queue.
Oh. Let's program. You know what's funny? Is that wait, I should have done maybe the Korean one. They probably don't have a line in the Korean one. 아닌가? Why am I so stupid? I should have done the Korean one. 그치? 다시 전화해. Call again.
통화료는 발신자 부담입니다. 코로나19 확산 방지를
you have to
위하여
listen to this
모든
again.
상담사가 마스크를 착용 중으로
Dude, Google doesn't want me to be international.
안녕하십니까? 1345 외국 종합 안내 센터입니다. Thank you for calling 1345, the Immigration Contact Center. 한국어 안내는 1과 별표를 눌러주십시오. 조원 취하. 상담원 연결은 0번을 눌러주십시오. 본인이 아닌 경우.
Okay, let's program. Oh no, what happened? Oh, now we have to work on this. Today, we're gonna be working on what people say. 아, 이거 어떡하냐? How do you do this? 잠깐만. Where are we? We're at the carousel. I wanna do this. No, I should have stuck with the. 아, 씨, 대기모드 12번이래. 아, 짜증나. 어이야. Guys, I forgot what I was going to do today. 아니지, 잠깐만. What I was looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Guys, also, why does Jinrico not work? 안 돼. 안녕하세요. 잠깐만요.
마스크
잠깐만.
색깔만 벗어주시고 여기 한번 찾아주세요.
오! 오, 안녕하세요. 일론 머스크예요. I'm Jinri Musk, guys. 이거 좀, 이게 가려지면 안 되구나. 이렇게 할게요. Hi guys. Invest in Tesla and Dogecoin. 가자. 알겠어.
내일 저녁 지금 뭐
엄마 35불 받았어. 엄마한테 용돈 35불 하라고.
Zero AUL K cameo GSN.
엄마 잠깐만. 엄마 여기서 눈꽃님 감사합니다 해봐.
아이씨. 나 지금 큰일 났는데? I'm in trouble. Hey, this weekend content, 빠빠이야, 빠빠이. What's my, I won't be I have to go. 잠깐만, 이거 진짜 망했네. 스트레스! 잠깐만. So I can't use the website, so they want me to visit them, but they have lots of, come on, I have to figure out. I have to go in person, but what really sucks is that in-person one is super delayed. Can you ask, okay, hey, can I stream? I probably can stream it though. But they want me to see if I can do it. 근데 I have grandma appointment that day. 씨, 망했네. I have to take grandma to dentist that day at 3. 잠깐만. Let me go to bathroom. 일단 화장실 갔다 올게요, 여러분. 믿을만한. 나 뭐라고 여러분? Who am I? Stock goddess. Stock queen. What did I say? Stock queen, right? Stock queen.
크림 쏘라. 나 너무 손이 작아. Open it for me, guys. Open it. Open it.
Okay. I have to register. 용니? What's my password? I have to find a spot where I can do it, but then what sucks is that. But. 진짜 방문하기 싫은데. It's really far. It's so far. Wait, which one do I have? 뭐야 이거를? 체류 기간. I heard it's going to snow. 체류 기간 연장. No. Wait, what the heck? How the hell do you use this interface? Oh! The closest date is next month on the 22nd. 미친 거 아니야? 야, 미친 거 아니냐 이거 진짜? Are they crazy? 한시. 아, 이건 진짜 미쳤다. 미친 거야 이거는. 와. 아. 와, 미쳤다. 아니, why won't they make me do it online? Like, what the F? 왜 안 돼? What's so bad about? 아니, just extend the stay. 어이가 없네. Can you try a different browser and see if the website works on that? I don't know. I think it's because of my visa status. That they don't allow it to work online. 미친 거 아니야? Guys. I mean, I can do it, but what sucks is that they're going to kick me out. That's why it sucks. They won't kick me out, but they're gonna fine me a certain amount of money. So that's why I don't want to. 우와. Yeah, I'll be an illegal alien. 아니 이걸 언제 줬는데? When did they give me this? 아니, I thought I could do mine online. 아, my mental go bye-bye. That's a good question. 잠깐만. I have to talk to Mia for a sec. I stress. Mia said go now. 안돼 아니야 미쳤네. Cause he said maybe not don't go on the day off because it won't make the situation any better. So it might be better to go ASAP and then tell them the situation for extension. 아 진짜. It's so stupid. 아니 왜? Why can't? Guys, don't live in Korea. It's not that good. 아니요, 한국 투표 아마 투표권이 없을걸요? 그러게. 저는 모르겠어요. 근데 저희 이번에 Guys, even tomorrow is a holiday in Korea. 뭘 한국에서 투표 아니 한국에서 미국 그러니까 한국인 투표. I thought you were Korean? I'm American. 한국 대통령 투표. 왜냐면은 내일 선거예요. Guys, tomorrow is 뭐냐? President thingy day. Still need visa for foreign spouse? What spouse? You could, 야, 한국 사는 동포들. 그러니까 F4 비자 받은 사람들한테. Guys, tomorrow, you know, right before my analysis, we can talk about Korean president. There's 14 candidates. 내일 선거인데 선거 관련된 방송이나 할까? Let's talk about Korean politics and Korean 뭐냐? Because apparently it's so funny. My grandma? 잠깐만, 나 지금 이거 코딩 오늘 1도 안 했는데? Why so much? That's a good question. It's the first time they had 14. I think one of them dropped out. One famous candidate dropped out. 안철수님 안 했고. Better than having two, honestly. That's true. Because a lot of people pick the other one. I feel like in US, what happens is that if they don't like one person, they pick the other one just because they don't like that one person instead of they like their, policies and stuff. Korea has 14, guys. 내가 뭐 하려고 했지? What did I want to do? 도도도도도도. What do I want to do? What did I want to do? What did I want to do? I will try to do as much as I can, and then I will move on. US had 10 in 2020, really? I have no clue about the parties in Korea. I just know it's so diverse. But they have really cool animation. So, Mia's, I think, voting. I don't think he can vote tomorrow. He wanted to vote. 더불어민주당, that's one. And then 국민의힘, 정의당, 기본소득당. I know. That's all the nominees. Ah, 14. We? Oh, and then they have really cool story. They have really cool song. 이거 노래 뭐 있던데? Wow, look, he has YouTube. Wow, he has Instagram. 이런 거 막 광고 이런 거 틀어놔요. They have these things.
높은 자리도
They have ads.
자리도 아닙니다.
Oh, I guess US had ads too.
오늘도 도서관으로 향하는 취업도 귀가 자리 윤석열의 옆자리.
Wait, where's the song? Wait, I want to hear him. Like they have like a song that they play. 이거 진짜 웃겼는데. So they have cars, and inside the car they play their like BGM song. 맞나?
과 질책도 국민들은
노래인데 선거 노래. Oh yeah, like these things. 응원송 뭐 이런 거 있어. Look at that.
일하는 시민들의 대통령, 청년의 미래부장 대통령, 심상정을 뽑으면 내 삶이 달라집니다.
Yeah.
일하는 시민들의 대통령,
Woo!
심상정 주사일제복지 국가심상정 새빨간
Or 정의당.
내 이상한 너와는 확 다르네.
I wonder if they sing it.
일하는 시민들의 대통령 심상정 주사일제복지
이것도 있고. I really like the 누군가? 이재명 거였나? They have 아모르 파티. 아 진또백 있다. They play this song in a truck and they just drive the truck.
나를 위해 기호 1번 이재명.
위기에 강한 유능한 대통령
야, 빨리.
알아서 해결하는 기호 1번 이재명은 신기자배기 모진 인생사를
너무 재밌는 것 같아. 대선 로고송도 있대. This was like a couple years ago.
귀를 살펴봤습니다.
나를 위해 이재명. 위기
Oh, look, they have dances to the song too.
트로트 프로그램에서 인기를 기호 1번 이재명은 입니다. 불어오는 곳을 선택했습니다. 새바람 불어오는 곳 기호 2번 윤석열
나는 그냥 방송 콘텐츠로 그냥 가고 싶더라. I just wanted to go just for stream content. But they probably won't like that, right? Yeah, election in Korea is not over yet. 아 잠깐만 이거 보는 게 아이 죄송해요. Who's gonna win? Only I knew. You guys know what's fishy about the COVID situation in Korea? Is that if you get COVID virus, you know, after 2 weeks, you can't really retest if the virus is gone, but you can leave after 2 weeks. 너무 안 좋은 것 같아. 코로나 걸리면은 바로 나갈 수 있다고 하는 게 was kind of fishy. Because I wouldn't want to risk it, you know? 아니 이건가? Grid position인가? Do you know anything about their candidates and their platform in Korea? No. 이건 맞고 whatever the title is should be this. 이 이미지가 지금 error. Flex box? 어디? You guys see that? Hi, we think a 50%. How do I check the CSS inside the box? 이건가? 43? Font size is 43? 43. But then my picture는 어디 있냐? 아 졸려. Guys, also I have to change the. 이거 transparency를 어떻게 했대? 아 맞다. 아 맞다. 아씨. I wanna. I should probably go. 아 진짜. Guys, I'm an awful programmer. I'll go. 그래 가야지. Today I will do a bit of React study on Discord. 오늘 React 공부 좀 할게요. Guys, sorry guys. Today I will end stream early. Today I was hoping to stream longer, but sorry guys. I'll go. 여러분 저 갈게요. 수고했어요. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Yeah, I will get deported if I don't, yeah. But anyways, bye guys. See you guys tomorrow. 여러분 저희 내일 봐요. 안녕. Thanks guys for watching. 봐주셔서 감사하고. See you guys tomorrow. Yeah, deporting would be a good content, but I don't want to be 쩔컹쩔컹. Bye guys. 안녕.